The history books are filled with old parenting practices that make us shudder today, and we've looked at many of them before.
This week we're looking at an old practice that would urge you to cover your baby in rendered pig fat to help remove a substance that had been protecting your newborn skin for months.
But unbeknownst to them, that substance is so good at moisturising the skin that the entire beauty industry has been trying to replicate it for years.
Fun Fact Friday, week 147.
We were once told to bathe our newborns in lard.
Hello!
Hello and welcome back to another Fun Fact Friday.
In previous weeks we've discovered that it's good luck to spit in a baby's face and how likely you are to get away with it doing it in different countries.
We've taken a look at baby cages that were once all the rage in the 1930s.
That we used to post babies in the mail, and we've also shone light onto the hands-off approach to parenting where you restrict physical contact.
That week also showed the devastating effects caused by that approach.
This week, we're looking at a no less peculiar bit of parenting advice that arose during the late 1800s and early 1900s.
For a newborn's first bath, they should bathe in lard or some other kind of grease.
The purpose of this weird recommendation was to expedite the removal of the sticky, waxy, cheese-like substance that sometimes coats a newborn's skin.
This substance is called Vernix caseosa, or simply Vernix. Vernix caseosa comes from the Latin, meaning cheesy varnish, and was the subject of week 81's fun fact.
Bonus fact! If you were a mother in this decade 100 years ago, you would have been told that in order to have a beautiful baby, you must refrain from thinking about ugly things or having ugly thoughts.
Vernix is often seen as undesirable, and many people completely overlook how amazing it is.
It stays on a baby for most of their time in utero and helps protect its delicate skin for all those months.
It does have a little help from lanugo, the fine hair that coats a baby, that provides it with an anchor so it can stay in contact with the skin.
Vernix is more often found on early and preterm babies and is more prevalent on caesarean babies because it doesn't get rubbed off through the birth canal.
Vernix acts as a mechanical barrier from many viruses and bacteria during pregnancy and after birth, yet it still allows beneficial bacteria through.
This is essential during its journey through the birth canal to help seed a baby's microbiome.
And during that journey, Vernix also acts as a lubricant and helps to reduce any friction that can occur.
In utero and once born, Vernix helps babies to regulate their temperature, and its antimicrobial and antibacterial properties benefit a mother too.
It is known to prevent infection in the birth canal, and because of its brilliant wound healing abilities, perineal tearing will heal better in its presence.
These wound healing abilities are currently being investigated to help produce grafts for burn victims.
Aside from protecting a baby's skin for months from the watery environment of the womb, Vernix helps a newborn's skin in many ways.
It contains the antioxidants vitamin E and melanin that help counter the high levels of oxidative stress that accompanies birth.
Humans have something called an acid mantle on our skin. The acid mantle is a super fine, slightly acidic film found on the surface of our skin.
This acid mantle acts as a barrier to bacteria, viruses and other potential contaminants that may infiltrate the skin.
Vernix helps facilitate proper development of the acid mantle and, when present and not removed, helps a baby's skin pH levels regulate far quicker.
Vernix is a phenomenal moisturiser and outperforms virtually every type of skin moisturiser available, including shea butter and coconut oil.
It is so good that it's been studied by the beauty industry for years to try and unlock its secrets.
The whole purpose of this old advice was to remove the very thing that had protected a baby's skin for months and would disappear all by itself over the first week of a baby's life.
By allowing it to soak in, Vernix helps to establish and nourish a baby's skin, protecting it from harmful pathogens and helping regulate temperature.
So the next time you see a baby covered in cheesy varnish, don't rub it off, rub it in.
And think how lucky they are to have such an amazing substance protecting their skin, moisturising and nourishing it far better than any other substance known to man.
In protecting your newborn skin for months.
Newborn skin
I know.
for months.
No less peculiar bit of parenting advice. Wow, I'm really tripping over that.
Bonus fact. Undesirable.
Is sound like you're doing Brucey impression.
Oh no, or Frank Spencer.
And babies, and is more prevalent on Vernix helps protect. I don't know why.
Where does it say protect?
I don't know.
It says
don't know.
Vernix helps babies. In utero and once born, Vernix helps
doesn't
babies.
Say protect anywhere.
Vernix helps protect.
I'm sorry. Do you know what this is? This is because that's what I would say when I'm teaching. So the next time you see a cheesy baby. Sorry.
Yeah, if you see a cheesy baby, you probably want to avoid it. Although, I suppose you could think of a Vernix covered baby as a cheesy baby. The next time we see a gorgeous baby covered in white Vernix, I'm going to point at it and say, look,
cheesy
Bev, cheesy baby.
Yeah.
Although it's a cheesy varnish. It's called a cheesy varnish. Thank you for joining us for another Fun Fact Friday. We need your help to plant more small acorns and reach more people.
Please like, comment and share to show you care. And if you are on YouTube, please subscribe and get alerts for a new fun fact from us every Friday.
We'll see you next week.